bunches or hurries, and that's something they do. So it's a team you don't want to get down to right away, or you just have to make them earn their scores. But they're capable of maybe scoring as faster in bunches as well as any team in our league.
Hey, let's keep it on the offense for a little bit. You mentioned Russell at quarterback and Dale at running back. What kind of looks are they? A spread-type offense out of the shotgun? Do they go to kind of traditional? What kind of looks are people going to see today when Mines takes over the football?
Well, you just described it, Rod. About 6 or 7 of those things. They'll go empty and they spread it out, and they'll get in some two-back type of thing. But they'll spread it out. They ran 101 plays against the Jimmy's a couple weeks ago and lost. I didn't think that was possible to do, but they move the ball and they do it from a variety of formations. They're very multiple. Really is a good way to describe their offense.
Now, how about defensively? What kind of looks do they throw at you? Maybe some key personnel that you're looking at as far as being effective for them defensively.
Well, they've been playing a lot of 33 or 35 or 5-3, whatever you want to call it, and yet their old base defense is a 43, so we're not sure what they're going to be in. They've shown both of those fronts or sets in the last couple of weeks. The Anderson kid and the Sheeny in the middle are, I think, very good linebackers, and they've got a big old kid and the Berkey kid that's really playing well up front. So I don't know, but their linebackers right now get around the football field as well as just about anybody in the league.
Now let's talk about some keys for Dickinson State. Flip it over to your side. Let's start offensively. What do you want to see continue on from the Hills game last week, and what's important against this Mines team today?
Well, we're going to have to. It's the same old thing. Be patient, Rod. Scoring doesn't come in bunches. We're not a big play team, so we got to look at holding on to the ball, taking care of the ball, and trying to maintain the field position thing, which is a little scary sometimes against a team that's capable of big plays like we're playing. So I don't know if the match is particularly good, but that's something we have to do. And that's one thing offensively. We've been taking care of the ball pretty darn well. Our running backs, and I don't think we had an interception last week. I guess one, but we have to have a game like that. I mean, when our style or what we're doing now, that's imperative to do, especially when you're playing against a team like this. So those are some keys for us offensively, and defensively. We just can't allow. We got to know where Dale is all the time. He's, like I said, one of the faster kids in the league, and the Russell kid is an excellent quarterback. You got to keep him in the pocket too. So it goes back to the big play thing, which is true every week. But they're going to take a lot of shots that way. So keeping our patience defensively is something we've really done a nice job of here the last month of the season. But that's going to be important for us defensively, and then keep some pressure on them right through into the fourth quarter.
All right, Hank, with that, we shall let you go. Again, appreciate the visit, the time. Best of luck today against South Dakota Mines.
Thank you, Rod.
Hi, I'm Jeff Moore, president of Dakota Bank in Dickinson. At Dakota Bank, we take a personal interest in helping your business succeed. From checking and money market accounts to operating lines and asset protection, we will create a solution to help your business achieve its goals. As a regional bank, Dakota Bank can harness resources to help your business grow and prosper while offering the personalized service expected from a hometown bank. Put me, Jeff Moore, to work for you. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Dan Porter Motors, your Honda, Scion, Toyota, and RV center. Stop in and visit with their experienced, friendly, and trained sales professionals the next time you are in the market for a new or used vehicle or RV. At Dan Porter Motors, they have a large inventory of Honda, Scion, and Toyota vehicles and RVs with a great selection of all makes and models. Dan Porter Motors and RVs, located on I-94 East Business Loop, Dickinson. Call 227-1272, 227-1272, or visit them at their website, dpmotors.com. Well, let's get rolling into the statistical part of the program here on the pregame show on this Saturday afternoon in Dickinson at the Badlands Activity Center. Let's take a look at these two teams. First of all, team-wise, Dickinson State comes in on the conference side of things at 4-0, averaging in conference play nearly 27 points. They are giving up a measly 4.75 points per game. South Dakota Mines comes in on the conference side of things, averaging 35 points a game and giving up 27 points. Overall, the Hawks come in averaging 19.5, giving up 14 points a game. South Dakota Mines comes in averaging 33 points per game, and they're giving up 26 points per game. That's the way the scoring offense looks and scoring defense for the two teams. South Dakota Mines, number 2 in the conference in team total offense, averaging nearly 366 yards per game. Dickinson State at 6th in the conference, averaging about 297. In team defense, the Blue Hawks rank 4th overall at 336 yards allowed per game. South Dakota Mines is 6th at 398 yards per game. The Hawks as a team have rushed this year for 150 yards per game, good for 3rd in the conference. South Dakota Mines right behind them, 136 yards per game. That is 4th in the conference. Against the run, Dickinson State has allowed 126 yards per game. That is 4th in the conference. South Dakota Mines has allowed just 95 yards per game on the ground. Passing offense, the Blue Hawks are 7th in the conference, averaging 145 yards per game. South Dakota Mines 3rd at 230. Pass defense, Dickinson State 6th, allowing 209 yards per game. South Dakota Mines last in the conference, allowing over 300 yards per game. Well, in the turnover margin, let's see where the Hard Rockers and Blue Hawks rank. Dickinson State has this year recovered 6 fumbles, 1 interception for 7. On the plus side, they have lost 4 fumbles and had 7 passes intercepted for 11. They are near the bottom of the league. They have a -4 in the turnover margin. South Dakota Mines is number 2 with 10 takeaways and losing at 9 times. They have a +1 in the turnover margin category of the statistics. For Dickinson State, again, the Hawks have had an outstanding year in our United Financial Home Loan sack category. They lead the conference with 16.5 sacks. South Dakota Mines has just 7 sacks in their first 5 games. So that's the way that number looks. Individual rushers, we'll look at the top rusher in the conference, Jamie Dale out of South Dakota Mines, 540 yards through 5 games, averaging 108 yards per game. For Dickinson State, James Macy, 4th in the conference, averaging 68 yards per game on the ground. So that's kind of the way the numbers stack up as these two teams getting ready to do battle this afternoon here at the Badlands Activity Center. Again, in the punting category, Sean Russell continues to lead the league in punting, over 41 yards per punt. So there's the numbers on paper. We'll play it on the field, however, but that's our statistical portion of the pregame show. We'll take a break, and then we'll come back. We'll check our Great Plains Clinic starting lineups. We'll also take a look at a couple of other items on the docket for you, including a trip around the league today and around the upper Midwest in college football, and we'll come back and do that all for you as our pregame show continues on a Saturday afternoon at KDIX.
It's true. People like to do business with people they know. That's why here at SBM, we take time getting to know our customers. So when we offer advice on office furniture, office supplies, copiers, or computers, you can rest assured you're getting everything you need at a competitive price backed with experienced customer service. That's the only way we do business, and you can't do that online. Whatever you need for your home or business office, you can find it here with people you know and trust. Southwest Business Machines, downtown in East Dickinson.
Southwest Grain is committed to our youth. They are actively involved.
Core, it'll be Eric Yesh, also Tyrell Anderson, Tim Lucchini, and also Everett Brill. In the secondary, Dana Melledge will be back there along with Josh Sherman, Tom Lunsman, and Donovan Brill, also will work in the secondary for the South Dakota Mines. Hard Rockers for the Dickinson State University Blue Hawks. Of course, they will go in the offensive line side of things at the Darren Walker at center. Of course, makeshift line again. Jordan O'Donnell, Ben Langford will be up front. Matt Rulin may see some action. We'll see some action probably out of Jess Furman and a host of other people on the offensive side of the football for Dickinson State University. And the line just kind of makeshift. Of course, Derek Pauly will be at the tight end position for Dickinson State University. And the backfield, it'll be, of course, at quarterback Cody Holland. The running backs will be Zach Hepperly and James Macy. Your wideouts, Clint Gross and Zach Hepperly. And, of course, we'll see Tanner Leak and Max Pearson there. Also in the backfield, we'll see a lot probably of Reed Lambert and Tyler Gross. And, of course, Cole Zamora will handle the kicking duties for Dickinson State University on the offensive side of the thing. Now let's take a look at the defensive side of the lineup for Dickinson State University. And, of course, the Blue Hawks coming off that stand-down performance last week on the defensive side of the line of scrimmage. They'll work with the secondary with the secondary will consist of Devon Washington. He'll be in the secondary for Dickinson State. Also in the secondary for the Darian Williams, also in the secondary along with Devon Washington. Jamie Siegel will be at a safety position, and Sean Russell. So Russell, Siegel, Washington, and Williams in the secondary. Across the linebacking spots, Tobin, Kraft, Kaiser, and Hafner. Up front, Tuchscher, Walker, and Steiner. Of course, we'll see a lot of running. Runyon and Forster. Also in the linebacking core, we'll see Nick Nicastro, Ridgely, Kraft back there. Come some other ball players also, Jay Gross, Matt Siebert, Trevor Willis will get some work in the secondary also. So a lot of folks on that defensive side of the football as well as offensive side of the football get playing time on the side of things for Dickinson State. That is a check of your Great Plains Clinic starting lineups. We'll be back with more of our pregame show, including a look at conference play, a trip around the conference and around the upper Midwest, schedule-wise, right after this from Great Plains.
Great Plains Clinic PC, leading with care, is proud of their commitment to expand access to primary care within our community. Over the past 5 years, they've independently recruited 2 family practice physicians, 3 physician assistants, and 2 nurse practitioners. They're proud to be the first and only healthcare facility in Dickinson. They have a full electronic health record designed to reduce the risk of medical errors, decrease costs, and improve the overall quality of health care. That's Great Plains Clinic PC, here to meet the needs of our community.
Well, back with you at the Badlands Activity Center, Fisher Field, as we get much, much closer to kickoff in this big DAC matchup for Dickinson State and South Dakota Mines. Again, we're looking forward to an excellent match, evenly matched 2 teams today, and an excellent football game here at the Badlands Activity Center in Dickinson. Well, tell you what, let's take a look around the conference. Besides Dickinson State and South Dakota Mines this afternoon, Minot State and Black Hills State are meeting up in the Magic City. Mayville State and Valley City getting together, and also Dakota State and Jamestown College in the conference ranks. Some other NAIA games of interest. Well, the University of Sioux Falls, #1 in the nation in NAIA football, taking a big step up to subdivision NCAA football. They're in Grand Forks this afternoon to take on the University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, so that'll be an interesting game to keep an ear on and an eye on and see what the score ends up in that one, with Sioux Falls meeting UND. NDSU matchup with their rivals, South Dakota State. Also, the University of Mary taking on Northern State. In the western portion of our area in the Frontier Conference, let's head over there where Rocky Mountain College is taking on MSU Northern. #2 ranked Carroll College faces Montana Tech and Helena, and Eastern Oregon will go up against Montana Western. Also down in the GPAC, unbeaten at #5 ranked Morningside will take on Concordia, Nebraska. So a busy Saturday as far as college football is concerned on the side of things in the DAC and around the upper Midwest. And that, my friends, is a check of those games and matchups today. We'll be back with the kickoff and more from the Badlands Activity Center here on Kid Gax as Blue Hawk football continues on a Saturday.
No, wrong! Bring it in, guys! Take it easy! Let's go over this again. Who starts off with a real Coke taste? Coca-Cola! And then Coca-Cola Coca-Cola pitches the real Coke taste to who? Coca-Cola. How is Coca-Cola going to give real Coke taste to itself? Take a lap, genius. Coca-Cola takes a snap and then pitches the real Coke taste to Coke Zero running up on the right. You got it? Yeah. At that point, we fake punt the real Coke taste. Who fakes the punt?
Coke Zero Cola.
Take a lap. Coke Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Dependable sports coverage all season, every season. AM 1230 KDIX.
Well, thank you much, Mike Renner. Welcome back. And, boy, it's nice to say it's been a while. A gorgeous Saturday afternoon, mid-60s, a southwest wind at about 10 to 20. And we have just a gorgeous day, sunshine here at the Badlands Activity Center as South Dakota Mines and Dickinson State getting ready to go. We are going to join the DSU marching band here with our national anthem. Then Jim and I will be back for some final pregame thoughts before kickoff between Mines and Dickinson State. Well, there you have it, our national anthem here at the Badlands Activity Center of Fisher Field as the Blue Hawks and Hard Rockers getting ready to go after it. This afternoon had a very close ball game last year. Dickinson State winning down in Rapid City. We expect more of the same this afternoon, as Hank Bijou alluded to in our Coffee with the Coaches segment. He says, you look at that top half of the DAC, and you look at Dickinson, Minot, Black Hills, South Dakota Mines, and even throw Jamestown probably in that mix. And there's not a whole lot of difference between those 5 teams. And you got to play well and you got to play hard. And I'm sure both these teams looking forward to this matchup today. Mines off to that great start, best start in something like 24 years, have lost their last 2. I'm sure they'd like to snap it. And the Hawks, well, they lost their first 2. They've been red hot. They've won 4 in a row and would like to keep that conference streak going. If my memory serves me correct, I think they've won now 12 or 13 consecutive, I think 12 consecutive conference games going back to 2007 when they won their last conference game. And then last year, of course, reeled off 7 straight, and this year 4 straight. So if my math is right, that's 12 in a row, and looking for number 13 today. And Jim Dahl back with us at the Badlands Activity Center. Should be an interesting matchup, Jim. Again, this South Dakota Mines team, talking with some people, said they're very solid. Maybe a year away. They're very young again. They had a lot of freshmen and sophomores last year. Those freshmen and sophomores are sophomores and juniors and getting better this year. So this is a team not only ready to go this year, but down the road looks to be very strong.
And, of course, you look at this ball club, they have just a huge offensive line, as Coach alluded to in the pregame show and this morning on our Coffee with the Coaches program. I think he said on Coffee this morning that they have an NFL-sized offensive line averaging over 300 pounds, and they've got the leading rusher in the conference in Jamie Dale, and he has had a great season this year as I believe he's just a sophomore this year, and he's had a good start to his 2009 season. And their quarterback, Nick Russell, he's also back from last year. He's done a nice job throwing the football. They've got a couple of guys in the top 5 or top 6 in pass receiving as well, including the Dickinson Trinity product, Tyler Barth, who gets the start at the fullback position and gets most of his touches in the passing game. And so it's a multifaceted offense that South Dakota Mines brings in. Got off to a good start defensively, but kind of hit a blip the last couple of weeks. Last week gave up 31 to Minot State, and the week before Jamestown College, I believe, hung something like 50-some points up against them. So they've had a little bit of a glitch on the defensive side of the football, it has South Dakota Mines.
Okay, Dickinson State. Well, let's listen.
Kick this way. Good luck, fellas.
Dickinson State won the toss and deferred, and Dickinson State will take, the wind, almost a crosswind. It's out of the southwest. And as we said, in between, I would say 10 to 20, maybe 15 to 20. It's blowing from, across the field towards the northeast corner here at the Badlands Activity Center, Fisher Field. So I don't know if it's really favoring anybody. It's going to push everything off towards probably the east side where the stands are and the nice grass area where the people bring their blankets and chairs and sit on. That's kind of what it's going to push it that way. It isn't necessarily going to help you go north and south. But South Dakota Mines will receive the football to begin the game. Dickinson State will have the choice to begin the second half. Here's an update. NAI's #1 team in the nation, Sioux Falls, up in Grand Forks today, playing the University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, and it's all Sioux Falls in the first half. They lead UND at Sioux Falls 21, and the University of North Dakota 6 at halftime. I think Sioux Falls maybe is pretty good, Jim.
Yeah, well, they beat Carroll College last year for the national championship, and I think we were pretty sure that Carroll College was a pretty good football team.
Yeah, we were. So they're standing up. NAI against NCAA Division I subdivision team in the UND Fighting Sioux, but still a half to go there. We'll try and keep you updated. Mike Renner will stay up on top of other scores. Minot State and Black Hill State playing today, and of course they are probably just about getting into the second quarter. Also today, Valley City State and Mayville State and Dakota State and Jamestown. Cole Zamora has the ball teed up, and he is ready to kick it off for the Dickinson State University Blue Hawks. Teed up at the 30. A nice crowd on hand here at the Badlands Activity Center on a gorgeous Saturday afternoon in October. A high, deep end-over-end kick. It's going to carry in the end zone, and they're just going to let it bounce and settle down there. Marshall Davis takes a look at it and says, I think I'll let it go out of the end zone. So South Dakota Mines will begin at their own 20-yard line. We're looking at the #1 scoring offense against the #1 scoring defense. Something has to give. I think South Dakota Mines averaging about 34 points a game, and Dickinson State giving up about 5 points a game.
And Dickinson State overall on the season giving up, I believe, in the mid-teens in overall defense and giving up 4.5 points in conference play.
Russell back to pass on the sideline. He goes on the near side. That pass intended for Ostheimer, who's nursing a sore hamstring but is in the starting lineup, and it's incomplete. Sean Russell and Siegel back on the coverage, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
And Dickinson State's done a nice job staying in their base defense. Really haven't gone to a nickel or dime package much this year.
Again, Russell underneath center. Going to go with the handoff right side to Dale. Dale's hit at the 20, and then he's dropped at the 21. Good pursuit coming up initially for Dickinson State to make the initial contact is Luke Steiner, and then a host of Hawks closing in. So we'll give Dale a pickup of 1, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 3rd down and 9 for South Dakota Mines.
And the key for Dickinson State defensively up front, like we mentioned earlier, they've got a big offensive line to South Dakota Mines. So those up front guys, especially those front 3, have to do a good job of taking on the blockers and allowing the linebackers and the safeties to come up and make the tackle. That time Steiner, the tackle, did a nice job.
Quick pitch to Dale, breaks the corner at the 24, maybe got to the 25, and boy, a host of Hawks over there. See Bodie Tobin over there, John Tuchser over there for Dickinson State, and Dale will pick up 3 on the play, but it'll bring up 4th and 6 for Black Hill State.
And good job by Dickinson State not allowing Dale to get out into the open. They were able to stretch that play out to the wide side of the field and keep him from getting the 1st down. So it'll be 4th down and 5, and Dickinson State with a quick 3 and out defensively will get the football.
Tanner Leak back deep to receive the punt. Not a big rush by the Hawks. And the ball's going to carry down to Leak. He takes it at about the 38, hit at the 40, and dropped at the 40-yard line. So that's where Dickinson State will take over, 1st and 10, and they'll do so at approximately, we'll wait and see. Again, we look at a little angle, so we're going to wait till they set it down. We'll call it the 40-yard line. Dickinson State begins their offensive series.
Well, Dickinson State, of course, has struggled early on in ball games. So the key thing for Dickinson State early is to try and get something going offensively, even just get a couple of 1st downs and not necessarily get some points on the board, but to move the football a little and, of course, get some confidence, especially in that offensive line that's been hit by injuries and mono and all kinds of things.
1st down and 10 for the Hawks. They have it at their own 40. No score. Just underway. They go right up the middle. Macy stumbles forward as he kind of looked like he had a big hole and just kind of tripped on either an offensive lineman or on the hash mark as he goes from the 40 out to about, they're going to say the 41, the line of scrimmage. He goes out to about the 44. So we'll give James a pickup of 4 on the play. Second down, and let's make it 2nd down and 7. Give him a pickup of 3 on the play. And interior, I think number 97, one of the guys that came up and initially made some contact, Bruce Struckman for South Dakota Mines. Hawks set with Berg wide near side. Pearson in for Gross, comes wide to the near side. Berg goes wide far side. Straight I formation. Lambert at fullback. They're going to go back to Macy. He tries to turn the corner. He dives out to about the 45-yard line. Picks up a yard on the play. So the Blue Hawks will look at let's call it 3rd down and about 6 to go for Dickinson State. So 3rd and 6 as Macy gets the call. Macy wearing the pink shoes. Of course, Cancer Awareness Day. JD and I got our Blue Hawk pink hats on. I've got my Coca-Cola pink wristband on, and it's Cancer Awareness Day here at the Badlands Activity Center.
And, of course, last week against Black Hills State, the Blue Hawks had some problems running the football, but Cody Holland really stepped up through the football extremely well.
Might be his first pass attempt. Puts Gross in motion, sets in the I formation, Pauly in tight. He looks to the right. He rolls that way. He's going to fire it downfield. He's got a receiver down there. Gross has got it inside the 35 of South Dakota Mines. Let's see where they spot it at the 31. And Gross will pick it up, so that'll be a pickup on the play of 25 yards. And Clint Gross, the senior out of Mott Region, picks up a 25-yard catch. Dickinson State has their first down of the football game.
And a nice pass by Cody Holland. He got it over the defender that was in front of Gross and landed right in his stomach. And Gross made a nice jumping catch and got the first down. And Dickinson State set up at the South Dakota Mines 31-yard line.
1st and 10. Pearson back in, comes wide near side. He'll go in motion. Macy, the tailback. Lambert, the fullback. Underneath center is Holland. He drops that little delay, gets it to Macy, and Macy's going to be hit and drop for a loss in the backfield. I think they're going to rule him down. Ball popped loose, but a fumble caused by the ground. So 31, the line of scrimmage. He'll be back at the 33, and Macy will lose 2 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 12 for Dickinson State.
And like we mentioned, the Blue Hawks had their troubles running the football last week, but able to come away with a couple of touchdown passes from Holland, and he did a nice job on his first pass attempt. We'll see if Dickinson State will try another pass on this 2nd down and long.
Gross goes out wide to the far side. Berg comes out wide. Now they put Lambert, the fullback, out wide, so Macy, the lone running back, in those bright pink shoes. We can recognize him easily all day. They're going to go right back to him. He cuts up the middle. He's got a little hole inside the 30. Down to about the 27-yard line. That'll be a pickup from the 33 to the 27, a pickup of 6 from Macy, and it'll bring up another 3rd down situation for Dickinson State. 3rd down for the Hawks, and let's call it up. We got a flag down. Got a flag down, so he'll step off the penalty. It'll be a holding penalty as they go back 10 yards. Let's pick it up here. Did not see the flag.
Holding. Number 77 offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down.
So it'll bring up a 2nd down and long now for the Blue Hawks as the ball goes back to, about the 43-yard line. They have to get to the 21, so we'll call it 2nd and 22 for Dickinson State. Let's erase that play by Macy. And the Hawks put Pauly in the shift from left to right. And wideouts are Berg and Pearson. Holland dropping back to pass, trying to set the screen up, gets it out to Macy. He gets the block. He's at the 35, cuts inside the 35 down to about the 31, about the original line of scrimmage. That'll be a 12-yard catch and run by Macy on the pass from Holland, but it'll still be well short of 1st down yardage, 3rd and 10 for the Blue Hawks.
And the Blue Hawks had that set up nice. They had the offensive line pulling out in front of Macy. He made the catch and got some room and got the ball down inside the 32, so brings up a 3rd down and 10. Possibility of 4-down territory for Dickinson State. They can try and play this where they just go short and try and bring up a 4th and short.
Berg wide near side. Gross wide far side. 10 minutes left to go. First quarter, no score. 3 and out for Mines. Dickinson State, a nice drive. Begin back at their own 40 now at the Mines 31. Holland straight back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. He's got some time looking for Berg. Berg comes down with it. Did he stay in bounds? Yes, he did. What a catch. A one-handed catch by Blaine Berg. And he comes down with 1 foot in bounds at the 8-yard line. What an effort by Berg. A pickup of 23 yards. And I don't know how Berg came down with it and how he kept his foot in bounds, but the referee right there on the spot looking at it made the call. 23-yard reception for Blaine Berg. Good as catch as you're going to see.
And that catch was right in front of us. We got a good view on it, and just a one-handed catch as Berg put the right hand up, got it on the hand, got the toe down, and fell out of bounds, and the official right there to make the call, and the Hawks set up 1st and goal.
Macy at tailback, Lambert at fullback. 1st down and goal for the Hawks. Little down-the-line option. Holland turns it in, breaks the tackle at the 6, struggles down inside the 5, down to the 4. He'll pick up 3 on the play. Will Holland. Holland passing now 3 of 3 for 60 yards in this football game. Brings up a 2nd and goal from the 4 for the Blue Hawks.
And Luke Steiner in on the double tight end formation along with Pauly on that play. And Steiner stays into the ball game with a 2nd down and goal at the 4 after a gain of about 4 on 1st down.
Young man in there playing his first start. Looks like Doug Staley back in there now at the offensive center position for Dickinson State. He was questionable today, and we try and keep some eyes and numbers on that line because they do have a lot of different people moving around in there. Number 63, Jordan O'Donnell at that left guard position. 2nd and goal from the 4 for the Hawks. Back to pass. Holland looking in the end zone. He's got Pauly, and Pauly couldn't hang on to it. Put it right on the goal line. I thought Pauly maybe would haul it in, but it goes in and out of his hands, and it's incomplete. And it'll bring up, and maybe somebody got a hand on it. We were blocked out. Maybe it was batted away by the defender back there. Maybe number 26 on the coverage that time for Sherman for Mines got a hand on it.
I believe it was Lunsman, the safety 38, that had the coverage and made a nice play. It looked like he maybe got the hand in there and knocked it away. So Dickinson State now set up with a 3rd down and goal at the 4.
So the Hawks looking for some points here with 8:22 left to go. 3rd and goal.
They stay with that double tight with Steiner and also Pauly.
I formation. Holland looking, dropping, firing it out on the flat, gets it off to Macy. Macy gets it inside the 5, dives down. Where are they going to spot it out? Right at about the, right at the 4. We'll call it a pickup of nothing on the play, a completion, and it'll go for no yardage to Macy on the reception. And it'll bring up a field goal attempt for Dickinson State. That play didn't look very good from the get-go. Holland kind of rolling out and then kind of looking into the end zone. Nobody there. Then Macy behind the line of scrimmage. He just fired it forward to him, and he couldn't come up with it. So Zamora will attempt the field goal here for Dickinson State. Hash mark will be, or at the right hash mark, the 11, so it'll be a 21-yard field goal attempt. Zamora hasn't had to kick a lot of field goals. He's 1 for 1 on the season. Good snap by Luke Leno. Placement down. Kick is up, and the kick is good, and Dickinson State opens the ball game with a field goal from Cole Zamora of 21 yards. So Dickinson State leads it now by a score of 3-0 with 8:03 left to go. First quarter, back in 1 minute with the Blue Hawks kickoff to the Hard Rockers.
Hi, this is Doug Koslecki from Kohler Communications, your industry leader with Motorola two-way radios. Stop in and see Denny or myself for the newest in Motorola digital technology, from the mobile radios like the affordable CP185 portable to the new Moto Turbo digital portables. It's all available from Kohler Communications and Motorola. Call us at 225-5554 or stop by soon. Kohler Communications, Highway 22 South, Dickinson.
In East Dickinson, see Jerome's Distributing for a complete line of wholesale products for business, commercial, and home use. Pick up your checklist or call Jerome's at 225-3187. And they're your home for premium distilled Candy Ojai water, available from 20-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for home or office, with cooler rentals as well. Plus your locally owned paper supplier. See or call Jerome's Distributing at 455 23rd Avenue East in Dickinson.
When we come back, Dickinson State, 9 plays, 59 yards. Zamora with the 21-yard field goal. And with 8:03 left to go in the first quarter, the Blue Hawks on the board first. They lead it by a score of 3-0.
Well, like I mentioned in the pregame show, Dickinson State needed to see something offensively early on, just move the football. And I said didn't necessarily need to come away with points, but did come away with points in that first drive.
Zamora will kick it off, a high end-over-end kick. That's not as deep as the first one. Carries down to about the 14-yard line, and it's fielded there by South Dakota Mines across the 20, across the 30, out to the 34. Jamie Dale, a return of about 20 yards. So South Dakota Mines will take over, 1st and 10. And let's see where they do spot it, at the 33-yard line. So they'll go to work 1st and 10. South Dakota Mines at their own 33. The Mines Hard Rockers, their first series, ended up being 3 plays and a punt. Dale had a couple of carries for 4 yards and incompletion. Nick Russell, the short, stocky quarterback, pitches it back to Dale. Dale trying to get to the corner. They spread it out, and he's out to about the 35 and run out of bounds over there. Host of Hawks over there. Let's see who was over there initially. Kraft over there for Dickinson State, and I'll call it a 2-yard pickup for Dale, and it'll bring up a 2nd down for South Dakota Mines at the 35-yard line. For Dale now, his 3rd carry. He's rushed for 6 yards, and that's what the Hard Rockers have rushed for. No huddle. Again, this time Russell out of the shotgun. He's got 4 receivers to the right side, and they're going to drop him back and looking to pass. Here comes some pressure. He steps away from it. Now he's going to try and run, and he's going to be brought down. Good defensive play that time. Coming up defensively for Dickinson State, Gerald Hafner making the hit. And they'll be, was that a sack? Was that a loss on the play?
Yes, it was.
It was. That's a United Financial Home Loan sack, and United Financial Home Loans of North Dakota and Montana has just made another donation to the Blue Hawk Athletic Scholarship Fund. For your next home loan or debt consolidation loan, call United Financial Homes. Thanks, Donna J. Wandler, United Financial Home Loans, 456-LOAN, 456-5626. Thanks for your great support. And that was a sack. I thought he got back to the line of scrimmage. He did not. He lost 2 yards on the play. Did quarterback Russell. So to bring up 3rd down and 10 for Black Hills State, or for South Dakota Mines. Russell out of the shotgun. Here comes some pressure. They're trying to set the screen up over the middle. They got it set up to Barth. Barth tries to turn the corner, breaks the tackle. I don't know if he got enough for first down yardage. Looks like about the 40, maybe 41. It'll be a pickup of about 9 on the play. Looks to be a little bit short of first down yardage. Let's see where they spot it. They do. Yeah, it'll be about 2-yard start. So they got it out to Barth, the Dickinson Trinity product that time. And Barth brought down after a pickup of 8 on the reception, so punt time for South Dakota Mines.
And Mines had that set up really well. They had the offensive line set up in front of Barth, and it looked like it was going to be a big play, but Dickinson State just great pursuit that time, took on the blockers, got the tackle, and avoided the first down.
High end over end punt. Leak signals for the fair catch inside the 30. Nice punt that time. A high punt, no chance for a return, and Dickinson State fields it back about the 23, their own 23-yard line, leading 3-0 over South Dakota Mines. 6:11 left to go here in the first quarter, and DSU takes over. Let's see where they do finally spot it down. They spot it at the 24, so that's where the Blue Hawks will go to work.
Well, Dickinson State defense has really stepped up, back-to-back 3-and-outs for South Dakota Mines, and the Blue Hawks now will bring their offense out after having a nice drive and putting the field goal on the board in their first drive.
Coming up over the football, number 62, the offensive center, Doug Staley. Settling in behind him, the quarterback, Cody Holland. Macy in the backfield. Long count this time by Holland. He's going to run that little fake, and now he rolls. Did he fumble the football, or did he get dropped? Let's wait and see. Back inside the 20. Yeah, Holland recovered it. It was a fumble. Loss of 3 yards for Cody on the play, and it will bring up a 2nd down and 3. Looked like a bobbled effort. I think he got the snap, and then as he rolled, I think the ball popped loose. And Holland did get back on top of it, but the Blue Hawks will lose 3 yards on the play.
Well, the Blue Hawks were trying to set something up to run a swing pass out to the near sideline to Hepperly as they had the wide receivers running deep patterns down the left side of the field, and then Hepperly was just following down on the near sideline.
Holland with the handoff straight ahead, maybe back to about the original line of scrimmage. Sand tangle down there is Hepperly, so Hepperly will pick up the 3 Holland lost on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 for Dickinson State. And let's make it 3rd down. Now they're going to spot it back inside the 25 at the 24, so it'll be 3rd down and 11 for Dickinson State. Has the football at about the 23, 24-yard line. Hawks have to get out to about the 34 for a first down. Again, underneath center is Holland. They put Hepperly in the slot. He slides in motion. Macy, the lone running back. Holland rolling out, looking across the middle. He's got Berg, first down yardage. Boy, nice patience by Holland and nice hands by Berg. He hauls it in. I don't think he got enough, though, for the first down marker. It looks like it's going to be a little bit short. They needed 11, and let's see where they spot it down at. It'll be short. It'll be about a 10-yard pickup, just short. Berg, the route not quite deep enough as he picks up 10, but it'll be a punt time for Dickinson State.
Well, Berg just did a little curl and had to come back to get the football, and when he did come back, that's where he lost the first down. But a good play for Dickinson State to bring up the 4th down and short.
Sean Russell, the conference's leading punter, will punt it away. A nice high end-over-end punt that's going to carry down. And back on the coverage of the Blue Hawks, they break a tackle, getting to the outside and finally tripped up. The punt was caught at the 25, and there's a flag down. Lunsman on the return of about 4 yards. Good coverage downfield by the Blue Hawks. Well, that was a nice punt. Let's see where it goes from the 24. That's 26 and another 25. That's about a 50-yard punt. But let's wait and see.
Block in the back.
Block in the back by South Dakota Mines. Okay, so Dickinson State will accept that penalty, and the ball will go back a little bit further after the punt. So about a 50-yard punt that time by Russell.
penalty for the spot of the foul. First down, South Dakota Mines.
So Mines has the first down back at their own 10-yard line. Dickinson State leads 3-0. 4 minutes, 2 seconds remaining to play here in the first quarter. Ready to go to work are the Hard Rockers as they will go to work at their own 10-yard line. Nick Russell. Oh, no, new quarterback in there. Let's see. Sanchez, I think, on the carry. And Sanchez takes the snap. No, Marshall Davis. That's a little wildcat maybe there as Davis takes the snap. We saw that a little bit in the Dickinson I game. They put the running back Hutchins back there, and this is Davis. So Davis will pick up about 4 on the line. That'll be a pickup on the play of about 7 for Macy. He got a little seam and burst through it, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and short, 3rd and 3 for the Blue Hawks with about 30 seconds remaining to play. For Macy on the afternoon now, he has carried the football a total of 4 times for 10 yards. The Hawks as a team, though, this afternoon have rushed for just 12 yards. Mine has rushed for just 5 yards. I don't know if the Hawks, well, I don't know if they have to snap the ball or not. Let's wait and see.
I think there's a split-second difference between the play clock and the game clock, and I think the Blue Hawks can just let the quarter run out.
Okay, it looks like that's what they're going to do. They were coming our way. I was hoping they'd stay coming our way, but that'll bring an end to our first quarter of play. We've gone through one. Our score, Dickinson State and South Dakota Mines. We expected a good one. We've got one. It's the Blue Hawks 3. The Hard Rockers nothing. We'll return to the Badlands Activity Center in 60 seconds.
Parker Fladson said what?
Dakota Diner features daily noon and evening specials. 2 homemade soups of the day, a Saturday rib special, a country-style sausage breakfast on Sundays, with breakfast, soup, and salad bar served all day, every day. All at the Dakota Diner, East Business Loop, Dickinson.
Helping you reach the world from right here is what your hometown service professionals at Consolidated do every day. Call Consolidated for your cable and digital cable service with a lineup of high-definition cable channels, long-distance and local telephone, business telephone equipment, high-speed internet access, computer systems, computer repair with support, and more. Your hometown team is Consolidated.
Your connection.
Thank you much, Mike. As we come back, it is 2nd down or 3rd down and 2. Holland keeps the football. He's going to be nailed right at the line of scrimmage. He tried to roll it out and pick up the 1st down, and he maybe even lost a little bit. Let's wait and see where they spot the football at. I'm going to spot a line of scrimmage was the 44, and they spotted right about the 44. Actually lost, let's call it a yard on the play for Holland, and Dickinson State on the rollout gets absolutely nothing out of it, and the Blue Hawks will punt the ball back to South Dakota Mines.
And a good job defensively by South Dakota Mines on that play. It looked like Dickinson State was going to get the 1st down with that 3rd down and short, but they got good pursuit and kept Holland away from getting the gain.
Angled towards the near sideline by Russell as they push it off inside the 20-yard line. Let's see where it went out of bounds at. Looks like at about the 12-yard line, so Dickinson State will take over, or South Dakota Mines, will take over. Dickinson State at first quarter pass for 70 yards. Mines just 12 yards passing, rushing. Neither team a lot of success. 15 yards for Dickinson, 9 for Mines, 84-21 in total yards in favor of Dickinson State, and the Blue Hawks lead 3-0 as Mines will take over at their own. Well, now they spot it right at the 13, so that's where South Dakota Mines will go to their own 13. Mines this afternoon, 3 series, all have been 3 and out. Now we've got flags down, a lot of yellow in the air. Let's see what the call will be. As they untangle down there. Pick up our crowd mic here.
Number 76 offense. The dead ball foul, 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
I love that PA system we got in here.
Just imagine how good it's going to be next year.
Yeah. We'll have our own speakers in our luxury press box next year, but we can still pick it up with our crowd mic pretty good. It'll be a 1st down and 15 situation for Mines, now back at their own 8-yard line. Now we got flags again. Well, let's see if we get an instant replay here. I forget we do have instant replay. We can watch that. I forgot I was going to watch that again on the Berg reception here on this beautiful new scoreboard.
Dead ball. Ball start, number 78 on the offense.
Well, South Dakota Mines progressing backwards, back inside the 5-yard line. Now they spotted at about the 4. That's half the distance to the goal, so it'll bring up 1st down. Let's call it 1st and about 19 or 20 to go for South Dakota Mines. Russell out of the end zone, throws it out in the flat to Dale, and Dale is going to be hit and driven out of bounds. Let's see where they spot it at. Jamie Dale out of the backfield. Line of scrimmage was the 4. It looks like they go out to about the 15, maybe 16. Let's give them a pickup of 12 on the reception for Dale. It'll bring up a 2nd down. They'll call it 2nd. Let's make it a 13-yard pickup. Bring up a 2nd down and 7. So a nice play to get out of their own end zone shadow for South Dakota Mines. Russell now 4 of 6 for 25 yards passing on the play to the right side.
A little swing pass
to Barth again, and Barth Well, got out across looks like near the 20-yard line, right at the 20. So we'll call that a pickup of about 5 on the play on the swing pass to Barth. So it'll bring up a third down and about 2.5 to go for South Dakota Mines. Again, the football at their own 21-yard line. They have to get out to about the 24 for a first down. Again, Russell. Oh, no, let's check it. Number 9 now into the ball game. That's Marshall Davis. So they'll go out of the Wildcat. They snap it to Davis. He tries to get to the outside, fumbles the football, and it rolls out of bounds. And it ends up being a pretty nice gain as it goes out across the 25, out across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Ends up being about a 7-yard gain on the fumble by Davis. But nonetheless, it's a first down. We'll give Davis 7 yards on the rush. First down for South Dakota Mines, their second of the ball game. Kind of a weird scenario there, but the ball just came loose at the hash mark, and nobody was around it. Just kind of bounced down the field a little bit, down to, they say, the 26-yard line. Okay, so it ends up being still a pickup of about 7 on the play and a first down for South Dakota Mines. Again, Russell back to pass, out on the flat. That'll be an incompletion. Trying to get that out there to number 17. Looks like Tristo, one of the wide receivers, and it is incomplete. 5 of 8 now for Russell for 30 yards passing. Brings up second down and 10 for Mines. Let's look at that defensive line. Forster in there for Dickinson State. Also in there for the Blue Hawks, Jamie Walker. John Tuchscher across the front for the Blue Hawks. On a second down and let's call it 10 for South Dakota Mines at the 26. Their own 26. Russell back to pass. Scrambles, looks, throws it, and the pass is going to be batted down, incomplete. Back on the coverage was Washington. He got a hand on it. Then Siegel tried to get a hand on it. Excellent coverage downfield again as they were looking downfield again for number 17, Jonathan Tristo, who is listed as a tight end, and it goes incomplete.
Well, the Blue Hawks bring in some substitutions on defense, checking in Jay Gross at a linebacker position.
As we said, the Blue Hawks they run 6 guys in on the front and about 6 guys at that linebacker. They run about 12 guys across that front 7 the whole ball game, and they don't lose anything with anybody. Third down and 10. Russell back to pass. Nope, hands it off, a little delay, and Dale is hit. He's going to be dropped for a loss, I believe. Line of scrimmage to 26. Jamie Walker, it looks like, on the tackle maybe. Kraft also. That'll be a loss of a yard for Dale, so another big defensive stand, Jimmy, for the Blue Hawks.
And the Blue Hawks have done a nice job. Mines has only picked up a couple of first downs here in the first half. Mines, after that first drive for Dickinson State, has been able to hold Dickinson State's offense in check, too. But the Blue Hawks able to get points on the board in their first possession to make it 3-0.
Kind of deja vu. This reminds me of Black Hill State game last week. Leak all the way back to his own 20. It goes through his hands and out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. Excellent punt that time by Jeldon. The line of scrimmage was about the 25. That looks like 25 to the 50. And then you tack on another 30 to the 20. That's a 55-yard punt. And another 7, a 62-yard punt. Maybe that wind is helping a little bit. It got up and it pushed it to the east sideline, but it also pushed it downfield.
Well, Dickinson State now in their worst starting field position of the game inside their own 15.
So Dickinson State will start at their own 13-yard line, leading 3-0. 12 minutes and 15 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Cody Holland leads the offensive unit out. Hepperly now at tailback. Lambert is your fullback. Berg and Gross out wide, near side. Quick pitch. They're going to go to Hepperly. Hepperly turns upfield, dives out across the 15, out to about the 16-yard line. He'll pick up 3 on the play. Will Zach, the senior out of Baker, Montana, brings up a second down and 7. Neither team has had a lot of success running the football. South Dakota Mines 12 yards rushing. Dickinson State 14 yards rushing in the first half of this football game.
Here's your first major scoring update, Rod.
Okay, go ahead.
At half, it's Minot over South Dakota Mines 14-9, and Valley City over Dakota State 10-0 in the halftime there. And then in the third quarter, it's Jamestown over Mayville 31-7, and Sioux Falls leads UND 28-13.
Okay, thank you much. Hepperly, nice run as Mikey gives us that update. He goes from the 14 out across the 20. Let's see where they finally spot him down at. Out at the 22, so he'll pick up. Just a little bit shy. They'll give him a pickup of 6 yards on the play. It looked like it might be enough for a first down, but a little bit shy. So 3rd and a yard to go for the Blue Hawks. Well, there's your update on the scoreboard. Minot and Black Hill State, as we expected, Very good battle today, 14-9, he said at halftime, right?
Yep.
Okay. There's the call. Hepperly straight ahead. He didn't get it. He has stood up, and he has stopped cold in his tracks. So no gain for Hepperly, and the Blue Hawks will have to punt the football back to South Dakota Mines. So the Hawks will punt the football back. 4th down and about 2 to go. In fact, let's give Hepperly a loss of a yard on the play, and it'll bring up a punting situation for Dickinson State. Great effort by Mines defensively that time. The Hawks are just 2 first downs. Mines just 2 first downs.
We're missing the punter. Here comes Russell.
There he comes.
He's got plenty of time. Still about 10 seconds on the play clock.
Luke Leno will do the snapping. Dave Velikos will look around. Where in the heck's our punter? Good snap. Pretty big rush. Punt towards the right sideline. It's going to carry down inside midfield, down at about the 41, 42-yard line. So it ends up being a punt. Well, let's count it up. About a 39-yard punt on that crosswind punt. So South Dakota Mines will take over, trailing 3-0. 10:07 left to go here in the first half of this football game. And Mines takes over where they spotted at the 42-yard line, we'll call it. So they'll take over at their own 42-yard line.
And Mines has their best field position of the ball game.
Mines underneath center. Russell fakes the handoff, rolls, looks out in the flat. He's got some pressure. He's got a receiver downfield. Got behind the defensive back. He's inside the 10, down to the 1-yard line. Who did he get behind that time? He got behind Sean Russell, who just punted the football. And let's see who the receiver was down there. Nice little throw. I'm trying to see if it was number 9 or if it was number 20 on the reception or number 2 on the reception. Well, let's see who caught it. Number 2, and that, I believe, is Ostheimer, and that goes for a big-time gain from the 42 down to the 1-yard line.
Well, Russell just stumbled on his break, and the wide receiver just got behind him.
Russell on the quarterback keeper. I don't think he got in, so he just tries to sneak it in, does Nick Russell, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. That was a pass completion on that play, 57 yards for Russell to Ostheimer, and it goes for a first down for Black Hill State, their 3rd first down of the football game. Russell did recover to keep him out of the end zone, but, boy, it's 2nd and inches now for South Dakota Mines. Russell will go out of the shotgun. Mines trying to take the lead with 9 minutes left. They trail 3-0, but a big pass play has set it up. They go to Dale, and Dale just powers into the end zone. No flags, and Jamie Dale gives South Dakota Mines their first lead of the ball game on a 1-yard touchdown run for Jamie Dale, and it's South Dakota Mines 6, Dickinson State 3, and the PAT attempt upcoming. So quick work of it, a 2-play, 58-yard drive. That time a 3-play, 58-yard drive for South Dakota Mines, and Dale finishes off. Jeldon will do the place kicking for the PAT. Dickinson State has blocked a lot this year. There's the snap. There's the kick. It is up. It looks good, and it is good. And South Dakota Mines jumps out to a 7-3 lead over Dickinson State University. So the Hard Rockers take their first lead. 8:53 left to go. We'll be back with the Hard Rockers kickoff to the Blue Hawks in 1 minute on KDIX.
Bud Light and Brown Distributing are proud
the flag down at the 10.
Football team on KDIX. This football season, look for Bud Light's tailgate-approved fan cans and speaker boxes. Available for a limited time and only while supplies last.
And it's your game at Army's West, college or pro, with the NFL Sunday ticket on 23 TVs, including 58-inch plasma, all at Army's West in North Dickinson.
Coverage of the Blue Hawks and KDIX is brought to you by our major sports sponsors, Dakota Bank, Dan Porter Motors, Southwest Grain, SBM Subway, and the Great Plains Clinic, Advanced Orthopedics of North Dakota, and Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Dickinson.
America's favorite pizza is Pizza Hut Pizza. From a personal pan to the fantastic specialty pizza. No one beats Pizza Hut. Make it lunch or dinner, dine in, carry out, or call 225-8000 for Pizza Hut delivery. Order one today and enjoy the great taste of Pizza Hut. Sports and Pizza Hut Pizza, making it great. Coverage you've relied on for over 5 decades. You've got the legendary AM 1230 KDIX.
3 plays, 58 yards. The big play, the 57-yard pass to Ostheimer, and that set up the 1-yard run by Dale. South Dakota Mines now leads it 7-3 over Dickinson State. Roughing the kicker, or roughing the place kicker on the extra point against the Hawks, so they assess the penalty on the kickoff. It's a short kick, and it's going to go out of bounds, so Dickinson State will get good field position on that. They tried to kick it down the near sidelines and run somebody under it. It didn't go. and the Blue Hawks will come out of it with pretty good field position. So Dickinson State will take over, down 7-3 to South Dakota Mines with 8:53, just under 9 minutes remaining to play here in the first half.
Well, South Dakota Mines was kicking for the 45 after the roughing the kicker penalty, so they were just going to try and get a little pooch over the front line and see if they couldn't run somebody underneath it and get the onside kick, but kicked it out of bounds, so the Hawks will get it at their own 40-yard line.
And now they're going back. A little bit of confusion out there. It went out of bounds, so I'm not sure if where they kicked off from has anything to do with it. They're still talking it over.
I thought any out of bounds on a kickoff was at the 40-yard line automatically.
Well, let's wait and see. They're discussing it right now. We'll jot it down here. 7-3 is our score. South Dakota Mines now leading. Great crowd again on hand on the hillside and the bleachers across the way.
The kickoff was out of bounds at the 33-yard line. It's a 5-yard penalty for kicking it out of bounds. The ball will be put in play at the 38.
Okay. I guess that's our explanation. I have no idea. I'm assuming that is correct, right, Jim?
Well, they're the guys with the stripes, and they probably know the rule book a lot better than I do. I thought it was a place, but I guess not.
Holland underneath center. Quick pitch gets it to Hepperly. Hepperly turns upfield, breaks the tackle inside the Dickinson State 40 out to about the 42-43. We haven't seen Macy for a while. I know he was nursing a bruised thigh, and
he just came back in.
Just came back in. I know that Hank Bijou had mentioned that, and Hepperly has got a couple of series. Hepperly on that play picks up about 4 yards on that rush for Dickinson State. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 6 for the Blue Hawks as they have the football at the 42-yard line, their own 42-yard line. 8.5 minutes remaining to play in the first half. Mines leads it by a score of 7-3. Again, underneath center, Holland back to pass. Looking out, he's got his receiver on the flat. That is Berg, and Berg out close to first down yardage. Let's see where they spot it. It's the front of the Blue Hawk bench, so we'll have to wait and see where the spot is at the 49-yard line. A pickup of 9 on the play on the reception by Berg. First down for the Blue Hawks. Holland, 6 of 8, 78 yards passing in the football game. The Hawks' 3rd first down of the game. Nice little down and out that time. Gross and Berg will be your wideouts. Pauly stays in tight right side. Gross joins him as the wideout. On the near side, far side is Berg. Macy in the backfield at tailback. Lambert your fullback. Holland underneath his offensive center at quarterback. Quick turn handoff. Macy up the middle, and he dives down near the 46, maybe to the 45. Let's give Macy a pickup of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 6 situation for Dickinson State.
And a good surge that time by the offensive line as Macy able to get about a 3-yard gain before he's even hit and falls forward to get about another yard.
5 carries, 14 yards for Macy. The Hawks 28 yards rushing, as we said. Yards on the ground have been tough to come by in this football game. Dickinson State is 28. South Dakota Mines half that at 14. 7:15 remaining to play before halftime. Mines leading the Hawks 7-3. Underneath center, Holland takes the handoff, rolls, tucks it in, throws it out in the flat, and he was trying to get it out to Lambert that time, and just as he got ready to throw it to Lambert, he got pushed down, and the ball goes into the ground, incomplete. So good pressure that time by South Dakota Mines.
Well, they ran a little counter to Macy, the fake to Macy as he comes to the right side, and kind of a naked bootleg play that time, but South Dakota Mines able to get good penetration before Holland able to get the pass off to Lambert, and he finally got it loose, and it was incomplete as he threw it to the feet of the fullback.
Berg wide far side. Wide to the near side is Gross. Offset eye, Lambert fullback, Macy tailback, Holland straight drop back. He's got good protection. He's got time. He's going downfield trying to get it to Pauly, and Pauly can't come up with a good coverage downfield. He tried to split the defenders that time down at about the 15-yard line, but good coverage, and it goes incomplete. So the Blue Hawks will have to punt the football away. Holland now 6 of 10 for 78 yards. Still no touchdowns, no interceptions, so the Hawks will give it back to the Hard Rockers on the punt from their own 46, or from the Mines 46-yard line. Russell in to do the punting for Dickinson State.
This time Russell remembered to come out.
He's out there with 7 minutes remaining to play in the first half. There's the snap and the punt. He angles it towards the far sideline, going to bounce inside the 10, and it's going to roll into the end zone, so it ends up being a 46-yard punt. And South Dakota Mines will go to work at their own 20-yard line. 7 minutes remaining to play here in the first half. South Dakota Mines with that big pass play That's been the biggest offensive play of the game. Didn't get in the end zone, but it went for 57 yards and set up the 1-yard Jamie Dale touchdown run to make our score 7-3 in favor of South Dakota Mines. Russell just punted, checks out of the ball game. The Blue Hawks, let's see, we got in there. Washington is back there. Siegel back in the secondary. Back to pass out in the flat. It's going to be complete. Pick out across the 20-yard line out to about the 24. Ostheimer picks up. Just a short game, but about a 5-yard gain. They'll spot it where they spot it, right at the 25. So we'll call that a 5-yard reception on the play. Oh, we do have a flag down, so let's hold on and wait and see.
That's in the offensive backfield, so I'd assume it's probably a hold. Or roughing the passer.
Oh, okay. So 7 for 11 now, 92 yards. Give him a first down on the penalty, personal foul, roughing the passer penalty. And the Hawks have had a couple of those now. And that is enough for a first down for South Dakota Mines, so that keeps the drive going. 6:51 remaining to play, and it gives them good field position out to the 41-yard line now. It'll bring up first down for Mines. Russell rolls. He's looking, scrambling, tucking, firing, going downfield. The intended receiver downfield that time for South Dakota Mines, number 11, and that is Jason Belstein. And it goes incomplete off his hands. He was behind the secondary, back in the coverage that time. It was number 22 for Dickinson State, Trevor Willis, and also Washington, and it just goes incomplete, but it was just about a completion downfield again for the Hard Rockers.
And Belstein, a big guy at 6'5", 245 at that tight end position, got a step behind the defensive backs that time, and Russell just overthrew him by about a foot.
So it brings up second down and 10. There's a handoff. Dale trying to get to the outside. He's going to be tripped up, and he's going to be dropped right about the line of scrimmage. Mike Kaiser coming up from down below, and also up top that time for Dickinson State, number 55, Jason Kraft. We'll give him a pickup of 2 on the play for Dale, and it'll bring up a third down and 8 for the Hard Rockers at the 44-yard line, their own 44-yard line. They lead 7-3, 6:15 left to go, and what has been a very quickly played first half here at the Badlands Activity Center. Russell will be out of the shotgun. Hawks set defensively. Third down and 8. Russell rolls to his right. He's looking. He's got some pressure. Now he's scrambling. Now he's going to be hit. And there's another United Financial Home Loan sack. United Financial Home Loans of North Dakota and Montana has just made another donation to the Blue Hawk Athletic Scholarship Fund. For your next home loan or debt consolidation loan, call United Financial Home Loans. Call Todd or Jay at 456-LOAN, 456-5626. Thanks, guys, for your continued support from United Financial Home Loans of Dickinson State Athletics. Jim?
And Seth Forrester that time came up with the sack, and there was a big bunch of blue right there next to him.
6-yard loss, so a punting situation. High end over end punt. Fair catch signal for the Hawks will just get out of the way. Be down at about the 29-yard line. So that's where Dickinson State will take over. So the Blue Hawks will take over the football. Dickinson State will set up at the just shy of their own 30-yard line, trailing 7-3 in this football game to to South Dakota Mines.
And Dickinson State has not been able to get much going offensively other than that first drive where they got the field goal. They now trail 7-3, and of course South Dakota Mines, they have just that one big pass play that set them up first and goal at the one that turned into that touchdown that gives them the 7-3 lead.
Holland underneath center, Lambert in the backfield with Macy. Long count. Slide play. They go to Macy. Macy turns upfield, breaks the tackle out across the 30, dives to about the 35-yard line. Let's give James a pickup of 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down and 4 for Dickinson State from the 29 to the 35. And Macy picks up 6, and Dickinson State looking now at a second down and 4. And for Macy this afternoon now, his 6th carry, and he's rushed for 20 of the Blue Hawks' 34 yards. Berg will check out. Steiner checks in. See if we go double tight end here with 4:45 remaining to play. Nope, they're going to put Pauly in the slot. Well, it is double tight end. Pauly goes to the slot. Steiner goes tight end. They run that way. Macy gets the pitch, turns the corner, tries to get first down yardage. Don't know if he got enough. Let's wait and see where they ran him out of bounds. Looks like about the 40-yard line. If that's the case, it would be enough for a first down, but let's let the officials spot it out down there. Yeah, it is enough, a 5-yard pickup.
Well, the Blue Hawks just lined those two tight ends, Steiner at the tight end position and Pauly on the slot right next to him, and run to the short side of the formation to the right side and get 6 yards again for the first down with 4.5 minutes remaining first half.
Stops the run. The clock didn't stop. I thought he got out of bounds. He did not, so 4:20 left to go. Pauly comes tight near side. Berg and Gross back in. Rashad Williams, a freshman speedster out of Las Vegas, in the backfield at tailback. Lambert at fullback. And Holland's going to go with that handoff to Williams, and he's got nowhere to go. He's going to be hit and dropped. Number 30 in there defensively for South Dakota Mine, Everett Brill on the tackle, and Williams will lose yardage on the play. Back from the 40-yard line, back to about the 36-yard line, a loss of 4, and it'll bring up second down and 14 for the Blue Hawks with 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining to play in the first half. 7-3, South Dakota Mines with the lead. Again, underneath center will be Holland. Holland on the afternoon has thrown the football, has had some success, 6 of 10 for 78 yards. Berg wide with Leak to the near side. Pauly tight on the far side. They're going to run a delay to Williams. Williams trying to break a tackle, and he slips one tackle at about the 35, but then brought down from behind at about the 37, 38-yard line. Let's give Williams a pickup on the play of 3, and it'll bring up a third down and about 13. So 3rd and 13 for the Blue Hawks with 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining to play. Macy will check out. Hepperly will check in. Williams will also check out for Dickinson State. Gross will go wide to the far side. Berg joins him. Pauly tight near side. Under 3 minutes left to go in the first half. Dickinson State down by 4, 7-3. Holland rolling to the left, looking. He's got some time. Now he's scrambling. There comes a flag. He's got first down yardage and more as he goes across the sideline, picks up yardage into territory, deep territory, but that flag down there, and anytime you see it in the backfield, it's usually a hold, and that was a nice gain, nearly a 25-yard gain. He goes from the 36 down to about the 40-yard line of South Dakota Mines on the rollout, but let's call it the 47, excuse me, but it's going to, I believe, come back. Let's hold on and wait and see. Flag back at the 26-yard line. The gain was a pickup on the play of 20. They step it off. I'm waiting for the referee to make the call. I lost the referee. Oh, there he is.
Holding, number 64 on the offense, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot.
So it'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the infraction, and that pushes the Hawks way back inside the 30-yard line, back to the 27-yard line, and it'll bring up third down and about a mile to go, third and about 23, as the clock resumes again with 2:40 remaining to play. South Dakota Mines in the lead over Dickinson State by a score of 7-3. Berg wide far side with Leak. Hepperly at their fullback. Nope, that's Gross at fullback. Hepperly at tailback. They're just going to hand it off to Hepperly. He just goes up the middle, gets the Hawks out across the 30 out to about the 39-yard line. That'll be a pickup on the play of about 13 for Hepperly. So it'll bring up a third down or fourth down in a punting situation after that pickup of about 13 by Hepperly. So the Hawks again will punt it away. Sean Russell will check into the ball game for Dickinson State with the Hawks down by 4 at a score of 7-3. Again, back to do the punting will be Sean Russell. He's had a couple of nice ones with the wind, a couple not too bad with the side wind into the wind. 7-3, South Dakota Mines in the lead. Good snap by Luke Leno, the long snapper. Russell, a high end and over end punt off the side of his foot. It's going to bounce around and roll down at about the 40-yard line. Well, that's a pretty short punt. Let's count it up, about a 23-yard punt. So Dickinson State will set up defensively, and South Dakota Mines will get the ball back with a minute 35, just over 90 seconds remaining to play in the first half, and South Dakota Mines leading by a score of 7-3. Russell into the ball game at quarterback out of the shotgun. 37 is where they say it's at. Out in the flat. He's going out there. He's got a receiver, and he tries to get around Russell, but he's wrapped up at a pickup of 11 out to the 50-yard line. Or let's check at number 22. Tried to get around Willis, and Willis got him by the shoulder pass, but it goes for a 12-yard reception. 5th first down of the ball game for South Dakota Mines. And now in the passing department, 8 of 13 in the ball game for 105 yards passing for Russell in the football game. First down and 10. Russell again back to pass. got some time, goes out in the flat, tries to get the pass off on the far side, breaking a tackle inside the 40, and finally run out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 14 more. That number 11, yeah, it was Melstein, so that goes for 14 yards, 6 first downs. So Mines moving the ball crisply and sharply here after stopping Dickinson State and then the short punt. And they've got a short field now to work with. They're at the 35 of Dickinson State, leading 7-3. Russell will come underneath center. Jamie Dale, the lone running back, that's where they're going to go with the pitch. He nearly bobbles it. Now he does bobble it. Now he picks it up, and now he's going to be run down right about the line of scrimmage. As he's run out of bounds, Seth Forrester. Well, let's check who's over there. Washington over there. Tobin over there for Dickinson State. Also coming up for Dickinson State is Darian Williams. And timeout, South Dakota Mines. Dale will lose yardage on the play. He'll lose. Well, let's see where they put the ball at. Back at the 37. He'll lose a total of 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down and about 13. For South Dakota Mines. Mines takes a timeout. We'll take a 1 minute, or let's make it a 30-second break here. Mike back at the studio. 1:04 left to play in the first half. South Dakota Mines 7, Dickinson State 3. We're back in 30.
If your windows stick, slip, squeak, or leak, replace them with Anderson windows. With low E-glass, low-maintenance exteriors, and rich wood interiors. Standard and custom sizes. They can turn simple window replacement into serious home improvement.
Anderson Windows and Doors available at the Bush Lumber Companies of Dickinson and Kildare.
Dickinson State breaks the huddle. Let's look at that secondary. Willis in there. Earhart now in there for Dickinson State. Siegel into the ball game. Washington and Williams, they go with the nickel package, 5 defensive backs. And Dickinson State sets defensively. Snap to Russell. Short. Fields it. Looks out on the sideline. It's going to be batted around and incomplete. The intended receiver down there is Ann Tangle. Looks like number 9 for South Dakota Mines, Marshall Davis. And it goes incomplete, and it'll bring up a third down and 13 now for Mines. 9 of 15, 120 yards now for Russell in the first half. As said, most of the offensive production for both teams has been in the air. The Hawks 78 yards passing. Mines 120. Mines just 15 rushing. Dickinson State 50 yards rushing. Third down and 13. Back to pass. Russell scrambling, going downfield, and he's going for his intended receiver. It's incomplete, and now a flag comes down. Looks like they got tangled up down there, but they're going to call pass interference, I do believe. The intended receiver that time, Tyler Barth, and it looked like they just got tangled up, but the flag came out of there, so it will be a pass interference call, I do believe.
The flag came out really late after the play had been completed. They're going to march the penalty off against the Blue Hawks.
So give them a first down. They call pass interference, so that gives Mines, would have been fourth down and 13 from the 37. Instead, it's first and 10 from about the 23 of Dickinson State. 52 seconds remaining to play. Mines has got 2 timeouts, so plenty of time on this drive for South Dakota Mines. Russell out of the shotgun. He's looking, going out in the flat. He's got a receiver at the 15, and he'll be driven down at the 15, a pickup of 6 on the play. That receiver is going to be Jamie Dale out of the backfield. Let's call it a pickup of 7 on the reception for Jamie Dale, and it'll bring up a second down situation for Mines, and about, let's call it 4, no, make it 3 to go at about the 14.5-yard line, down to 30 seconds remaining. Russell underneath center. A little bit of movement there, no flags down. He's looking, he's got some pressure. Out in the flat, he's got a receiver, touchdown. No flags down, he gets it into the hands of Ostheimer, and no flags are down, and Ostheimer hauls it in on the touchdown pass of 11 yards. So South Dakota Mines breaks this one open a bit with 21 seconds remaining to play, and South Dakota Mines jumps out to a lead of 13-3 with the PAT attempt up and coming for South Dakota Mines. In to do it will be number 3, Jeldon, so he'll attempt the PAT. So Mines, boy, what an impressive drive with just under a minute and a half left. They march down the field. There's a placement. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So the pass interference call gives South Dakota Mines new life. They make the big play. Ostheimer on the touchdown pass hauls it in, and Mines leads it now by a score of 14-3 over Dickinson State University. South Dakota Mines in the lead. We have 21 seconds left to go. Back in 30 seconds with the kickoff to the Blue Hawks.
At King Family Eye Clinic, you can expect full-service eye care with state-of-the-art equipment. treatment of eye injuries as well as pre- and post-operative laser exams. Dr. Alan King and Dr. Candace Paul provide the highest quality care for eye diseases and vision disorders that affect all ages. If you've been struggling because of your eyes or vision, it's time for an upgrade. Stop in at 341 First Street East, across from King's Plaza in downtown Dickinson, or call 483-9141 for an appointment at King Family Eye Clinic.
7 plays, 63 yards. South Dakota Mines, Russell to Ostheimer, and the touchdown pass successful. The junior wide receiver out of Wyoming hauls it in. The PAT good, and just like that, Mines an 11-point lead, 14-3. So they took advantage of that 90 seconds they had left and turned it into points, and they take a commanding lead here, 14-3. High end-over-end kickoff. That's going to carry down to the goal line. It'll go in and out of the hands and out of bounds at time of Darian Williams. So Dickinson State will get it back with 21 seconds remaining, but I suspect the Hawks will have the football to begin the second half. I don't know if we'll see Hank Bijou try anything fancy here or not, but Dickinson State down by 11. And they will take over at their own 20-yard line. So Dickinson State will take over with 21 seconds remaining to play. They break the huddle. Berg comes in. Macy into the ball game. Pauly in. Gross in. Holland steps in underneath center. Dickinson State down 14-3. There's a quick pitch. Nope, they're just going to pitch it to Macy. He's going to turn the corner, dive out across the 20-yard line, out near the 25. I don't know if he got out of bounds or not. I don't think he did. So Macy will, they do stop the clock, so maybe he did get out of bounds. So Macy will pick up, let's call it a 5-yard pickup for Macy, and it'll bring up a second down. We got a player shaken up for South Dakota Mines, and they're going to try and get him off the field. Timeout. Mines took a timeout. Oh, okay. Mines is going to take a timeout. That's kind of an interesting timeout. We'll just keep it right here because the Hawks not even going to the sideline. I'm thinking they wanted to make sure that injured player got off and they got the right guy in is maybe what they did. But Macy did pick up 5 yards on that play. Macy's 8th carry now for 30 yards. The Hawks have rushed for 55 yards in this first half. But it'll bring up a second down and 5. So the clock stops. Coming out wide to the near side. Pearson wide to the far side is Berg. Underneath center, Holland. Quick pitch. They just go back to Macy. Macy turns the corner, dives out across the 30. That'll stop the clock as they move the first down marker. As he picks up about 8 on that play, does Macy. 9th carry of the afternoon for 38 yards. And I think they'll resume the clock, and that will end the first half. And South Dakota Mines, very impressive in the passing game. They've taken advantage of it, and they lead Dickinson State. The offense for Dickinson State pretty lethargic in the first half, and defensively, well, they averaged 5 points a game heading into this in conference play, and South Dakota Mines has put 14 on the board here in the first half, and it's South Dakota Mines leading Dickinson State by a score of 14-3 here at the Badlands Activity Center. We're going to take a timeout here on KGIX Dickinson as we take a break at the end of the first half to hear from our Blue Hawk sponsors, Army West, Rounds Distributing, Honda West, Queen City Motors, along with Mavericks Saloon, and we'll be back in 2.5 minutes with our halftime report here on KDIX Dickinson.
It's your game at Army's West. Stop in for college or pro football with the NFL Sunday ticket and free food on Sundays. Your game, any game, on one of 23 high-def TVs, including 2 58-inch plasmas, and Monday Night Football as well. It's all at your sports connection, only at Army's West, North Dickinson. You've always got games at Army's West.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Blue Aluminum Bottle Maker.
Mr. Blue Aluminum Bottle Maker.
Your amazing creation allows us to keep our beer, our hands, and the Arctic ice shelf completely cool.
It's really, really cold.
The only problem we have taking a drink, removing our lips from the bottle after taking a drink.
My lips are stuck.
Sure, we need a beer this cold. Should we ever find ourselves running wind sprints at the bottom of an active volcano?
I'm on fire.
So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light, oh frighter of the frigid. Now, can somebody please pry this bottle from my frozen hand?
Mr. Blue Aluminum Bottle Maker.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
With the Honda Big Red from Honda West, you get a workhorse side-by-side utility vehicle and at a get-it-straight deal. 3.9 fixed APR financing to qualified buyers locked in for the life of the loan. Not all buyers qualify, plus $800 in bonus bucks on select new and unregistered models. Remember, for your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet and eye protection, always wear your seatbelt, and keep the side nets and doors closed. Big Red is for drivers 16 years and older. That's 3.9 fixed APR financing and $800 in bonus bucks to qualified buyers. Find out complete details at Honda West on West Ballard Dickinson. Offer ends December 31st.
Maverick Saloon and Casino, located between Perkins and McDonald's, is the home of the one and only free NTN Trivia. With the longest happy hour in town, noon to 6:15 p.m. Monday through Friday. All drinks are $1 off the regular price, and cans of beer are just $2. Don't forget about Server Appreciation Night. All people in the restaurant and bar industry get 2-for-1s from 7 p.m. to midnight on Sunday night. Always something fun. Make it Maverick.
Thank you much, Mike. As we come back, let's take a look at our halftime scoring summary as our halftime report upon us against South Dakota Mines leads it by a score of 14-3 over Dickinson State. Well, the Blue Hawks' first possession ended up being their best possession of the first half as they went 9 plays, 59 yards, and got a field goal from Cole Zamora of 21 yards. And with 8:03 left to go in the first quarter, Dickinson State led 3-0. Then we played through almost the entire, we did play through the rest of the first quarter and halfway through the second quarter before South Dakota Mines had a big pass play, a 57-yarder in the ball game, and that set up a 1-yard touchdown run by Jamie Dale. They went 3 plays and went 58 yards in 3 plays, and with 8:53 left to go in the first half after the PAT was good, that made the score 7-0. Then Dickinson State got the ball back, put together a little mini drive, got the ball out, ended up punting it back to South Dakota Mines, and Mines got it at their own 37-yard line. And there was just 1:37 left to go in the first half, and Mines proceeded to march it down and score with 21 seconds remaining to play. Hit a big pass play, and then had the pass interference call, but the touchdown pass 11 yards to Ostheimer was one of the big pass plays in that drive. And again, the pass interference call did keep the drive alive on 3rd and 15, and that gave them new life, and they proceeded to march it down and get it into the end zone on the Russell to Ostheimer pass of 11 yards. The PAT good with 21 seconds left. That made the score 14-3, and that is where we stand at halftime. South Dakota Mines leading the Dickinson State University Blue Hawks by a score of 14-3. Let's take another timeout from our halftime sponsors. They include Jerome's Distributing, Dakota Bank, Dan Porter Motors, and SBM, and then we'll come back with our team and individual numbers. We'll do it for you in about 2 minutes or so. But again, at halftime, South Dakota Mines 14, Dickinson State 3. We're back in 2 minutes.
I'm the Miller Lite Brewmaster, here to introduce the new aluminum pint. With me, veteran bartender Joe Calabrese.
Whoa, this thing looks great.
With a wide mouth, it drinks like a bottle, but made from aluminum, it keeps it cool like a can and still tastes great like a Miller Lite.
It could be empty and people would still buy it.
Okay. So get some in the one-of-a-kind 9-pack. The new Miller Lite aluminum pint. Drinks like a bottle, cools like a can.
We should be on TV so people can see this.
Maybe next time, Joe.
Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Hi, I'm Jeff Moore, president of Dakota Bank in Dickinson. At Dakota Bank, we take a personal interest in helping your business succeed. From checking and money market accounts to operating lines and asset protection, we will create a solution to help your business achieve its goals. As a regional bank, Dakota Bank can harness resources to help your business grow and prosper while offering the personalized service expected from a hometown bank. Put me, Jeff Moore, to work for you. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hondas, and more Hondas at Dan Porter Motors in East Dickinson. There has never been a better time than right now to get in on the best deals on Hondas. All new Hondas at Dan Porter Motors are just $99 over invoice price, plus dealer incentives of up to $2,500. See the 2009 Honda Civic for just $14,999, or the 2009 Honda Accord LX only $18,999. Both the lowest prices in the nation. Right now, you will find the biggest discounts with the highest trade-in allowances ever offered at Dan Porter Motors, East Dickinson.
It's true. People like to do business with people they know. That's why here at SBM, we take time getting to know our customers. So when we offer advice on office furniture, office supplies, copiers, or computers, you can rest assured you're getting everything you need at a competitive price backed with experienced customer service. That's the only way we do business, and you can't do that online. Whatever you need for your home or business office, you can find it here with people you know and trust. Southwest Business Machines, downtown in East Dickinson.
Thank you much, Mike Renner. As we come back, 14-3, South Dakota Mines in the lead over Dickinson State here at halftime at the Badlands Activity Center. Let's look at your team numbers. First of all, Dickinson State in the first half, 20 carries, 59 yards. South Dakota Mine, 14 carries for a plus 4 yards. In the passing department for Dickinson State, Cody Holland, 6 of 10, 78 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. And Andy Russell, 11 of 17, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, 142 yards. Total yards very close. Both teams are right around 30 plays. Mines 31 for 146, Dickinson 30 for 177. First down, South Dakota Mines 9, Dickinson State with 6. Neither team had a turnover in the first half. Individual leaders for Dickinson State, James Macy, 10 carries, 34 yards. Hepperly, 6 for 27. Dale, the conference's leading rusher, 10 carries for 10 yards as the Hawks have really shut down the running game, but Mines has hit some big pass plays. In the receiving, Dickinson State, Berg, 3 catches for 42 yards. Macy, 2 for 12. Gross, 1 for 24. Ostheimer, a big first half. He had the touchdown catch, 4 catches, 91 yards, and 1 touchdown. Tyler Barr, 3 catches for 20 yards in the first half. Punting, Russell averaging 36.8 and Sheldon 39.8 in the first half of this football game. That's your offensive numbers. Jimmy D's got to look at the defensive side of things for both these teams. Jim? Yeah, got it.
There you go. Devin Washington leading Dickinson State with 5 tackles, 4 of those solos. Also has 2 pass breakups. Gerald Hafner, 3 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, including a sack. And Seth Forster also with the sack in the first half for Dickinson State. For South Dakota Mines, Everett Brill leading the way, 5 total tackles, 2 of those solos. Joseph Burke and Dana Malegi. And also Josh Sherman with 4 tackles in the first half. Brill with 2.5 tackles for a loss in the first half. And you look at this ball game, Dickinson State had just that one drive that they got the field goal with, and then South Dakota Mines, their 2 scoring drives. One of them they got the long touchdown or the long pass that set up the short touchdown run, and then they had the third down, and they had the pass interference on Dickinson State that set them up for the second touchdown. So you take away 2 plays in this game, and it's a totally different ball game, but you can't take them away, so it's still 14-3, but Dickinson State really lethargic other than that first drive offensively, and I'm sure that's something that the Blue Hawks are talking about across the way. And on the defensive side, South Dakota Mines was able to move the football, throwing it a little bit, especially here in the last half of the second quarter when they were able to get the big play for the touchdown, then hit a couple of nice long first down plays for the passing game to set up that touchdown at the end, and then got the pass for the touchdown with about 20 seconds in the half. So sure Coach Hofflin and the defensive staff are having a talk on what they need to do defensively as well. But Dickinson State has really struggled at times on both sides of the football.
So that's the score right now, 14-3. We're going to send it back to Mike Renner. Mike, we'll take a 10-minute break. We'll let you get us updated on some weather information and maybe some music and some other information, some scores. And we ask that right before you send it back to us, could you pop in the scoreboard again, and then we'll pick it up. But right now, we're going to take a 10-minute break, and then we'll send it back to Mike. Be back with second half action again at halftime. South Dakota Mines on top of Dickinson State by a score of 14-3. Mike?
All right, thank you very much, Rod and Jim. And it's a beautiful day in the Queen City today. 68 degrees right now at the KDIX Radio downtown studios. And we're going to catch you up with some scores here before we do anything else. We'll